Today we will discuss the hydrostatic force on a plane surface. Okay. We will determine the forces that are acting in a surface that is submerged in a fluid. Okay, so this is helpful in determining the forces. Okay, say for example, when you design a tank or you design a dam, okay, or in the design of ships. So this is an important topic. Plane surface. Okay. So in this topic, we are considering two important points. First is how to determine the resultant force, and then after determining the resultant force, we are interested in also in determining the location, no? Asa sa dapit nag-act ang imong resultant force. So the location of resultant force, which we will call the center of pressure. Okay, center of pressure. Okay, so there are several configurations, no? First is you have a tank that is horizontal. Okay. Say for example, this is open to the atmosphere. Okay, open to the atmosphere. Now this symbol kani siya, more triangle inverted, denotes the free surface, no? Kani, free surface. And since this is open to the atmosphere, so gauge pressure ani is zero. Okay, so what is the resultant force, no, sa forces that are acting in the bottom of the tank? So saan na yung pagkuha? So you use the principle that pressure is just gamma h, right? So ang forces ani niya is also distributed, uniformly distributed. Okay, perpendicular man na sa imo ang surface. Okay, ang value ani, na kung gusto nimo i-resolve ning tanan nga force into just one, mo na ang resultant force, which is na dinhi. Okay. Okay, na there is a center. Now F sub R is just pressure times area. And you know the pressure ani is just gamma h. No? Gamma h A. Okay. How about for the same tank? Same nga tank, no? Unsa man po ang pressure nga nag-act din ni, or the resultant force that acts on the wall of your tank. So ano sa pagkuha? As you all know, ang pressure increases as the depth, no? Magkalalom ka, magkadako yung pressure. So ni siya. Increasing mo ang force. Okay? And then, since this is just a triangle, so ang resultant force nimo is somewhere here. Ang height ana is just, kung h na siya, h/3. Okay? So nara na siya sa statics. Now, determining the resultant force. For a triangle, ang centroid na niya is 1/3 sa yung height. So na diyan nag-akang niya ang resultant force. Okay? So for a general case, no, for a incline, okay, we will proceed sa incline. Sample ka na sa mga dam. Okay? What is the resultant force of a plane sample kaning nga plane? Kaning nga plane o kaning nga surface. Submerge ni siya sa water. Sample mo na yung water. So how do you get the resultant force? Okay? So ang una nimong buhaton na is mo nang extend. Ano eh? Extend na mo. Okay? So diri sila nag-meet sa imong mo man ang karon ng imong free surface. Free surface. So mo na ni imong axis kani. Axis is your origin. Okay? So ang y-axis kani, mo ni y-axis. Y-axis. And then ang x-axis nimo kung ato ni siyang padakon, kung tanaw nimo din ba, mura na siya, it can be bisag unsa ni siya nga shape, no? For in general lang, yun lang para ma-apply yung atong formula, no? Yun yung surface. Yun yung surface. And then, yun yung surface, sample lang, no? Nadiri lang yung centroid. Nadiri yung centroid. So, okay, y-axis. Ang x-axis, nasa plane sa surface na dire. Ano yung x-axis? X-axis. Okay, importante na siya nung pag itaw na to na yung x and y-axis. Importante na siya for in determining the location of this resultant force. Okay, para makuha na to ang resultant force, we will, by the way, label sa nato ni. Kung mo na yung centroid, mo na yung centroid, no? So, ang height ana, ang height from the centroid to the free surface is labeled as h sub c. And then, kaning length, y sub c. Okay, y sub c. And then, kini nga angle is theta. Okay. So, how do you determine the resultant force sa mga itong objective? Para makuha na ito na, kuha sa gamay nga strip diri. Okay, gamay nga strip. Small strip. Small area. It could be nga kanang area na dire. Sample lang. Na. Kuning area. Okay, so kung nakay gamay nga area, siyempre napo na siya gaak nga force perpendicular sa iya. Denoted by DF. DF. So para makuha nimo ang resultant force, no, according to sa inyong calculus, kung i-add nimo na tanan, no, banbayin na nimo tanang area, i-add nimo tanan, makuha nimo ang resultant force. So that is just equal to integral. No, ang integral summation naman na siya. Integral of force is just pressure times the area. Butanan na natin yung mga pressure. Okay? But you know that pressure is just gamma times H dA. By the way, for kaning area na po ni sa height, no, H na siya. And then correspondingly ang y po na niya, y po na siya. Importante na siya. Okay, based there is a geometry, ang kaning H is just y sine of theta. Bali na to dali. H this is just y times sine theta. Therefore, ay mo na ning gamma sine theta y dA. Tama? Okay. So, since constant ba ning imong gamma property mas fluid, and then ang angle nimo constant, so paggawas na to ni. Therefore, the resultant force is just gamma sine theta integral of A. Okay. Y dA. Okay, the kaninga term, ang value ani niya is just, ang tawag niya, this is the first moment of the area. First moment of the area with respect to x. So inyo lang nang i-recall sa inyo ang 61, no? First moment of area. Ang value ana niya is just y sub c times area. Okay, this term, if you look at the figure, this is just the h sub c. Okay, or the distance from the surface to the centroid. Okay, so therefore the resultant force is just gamma h sub c times A. Okay? So kung sa'yo pasabot ang equation, if you want to know, okay, you have the dam and you want to know the forces that is acting on the surface of the dam, you just multiply the gamma, which is just equal to rho density times gravity multiplied by the fluid surface and the centroid, ang distansya na nila, times A. Ang area is kani area ng surface. Okay, that's it. Okay, next, how do we determine the the distance of the, or the location of the center of pressure. Okay. Based on the other two examples, the location of the center of pressure is the same sa imo ang centroid. That is for horizontal surface, but kani naka-incline ang kuan mo ang dapit tong ning FR ba, resultant force man ni siya nag-act nani siya diri FR. Okay, saan to pakabalo kung saan sa kalayo from the centroid, no? Kay ubos man na siya gamay gid sa centroid nimo. So para makabalo ka na, you need to get the moment, no? You need to sum the moments at point O. Pag sum mo sa moments na, you will get the, kay kanima namang pangitaon, y sub r. Okay, y sub r kani. Ano sa nga distance? Saan sa kalayo? So if you sum the moments ani, you will get that Fr times y sub r is just equal to, again, the integral, no, kung pinahon mo ni kung mo ning forces ani, get the moment, integral of the force df times y. Okay, df times y, or y df. Okay, I hope nasabtan na ninyo. This is the summation of moments along ini point O is equal to 0. Okay, therefore ang F sub r nimo based sa, this is just gamma h sub c times a, y sub r is equal to integral of a, ang df nimo, force is pressure times area. Pressure is gamma h times area, gamma h times area. And then kaning h nimo, this is just equal to, remember, this is just y sine theta. Therefore may mo na ning gamma y squared sine theta, by the way, dA ni dA. Okay, pagawas na to ning mga constant, gamma sine theta but then kani ang h sub c is just gamma yc sine theta, integral of a y squared dA. Okay, so cancel na ni. Mabili na lang is y sub c a y sub r. Tama ba? Tama. Integral of, by the way, kanisa term is just the moment of inertia. with respect to x. Ang x man, y man diri. Again, this is the moment of inertia. So may mo na ning ix. Therefore, your y sub r is just ix yc times a. Okay. But what is ix? Yung ix mo, using review ninyo A61 parallel axis theorem. This is just equal to ixc plus ano man a yc squared. AYC squared. So, unsa ning IXC? Ang IXC, mao na ang sample. Mao na siya ang imo ang moment of inertia kung na ang imong axis diri sa centroid nimo. But in the event nga ang axis nimo na diri gawa sa imo ang centroid, mo nang mag-parallel axis theorem ka. No? So mo na siya. So, mahimo na dahil ning y sub r is just kuning i-plug in diri. Mahimo na siyang I x c over y ca plus yc yc. Ano siya? Sumsay pasabot ani niya. Ang pasabot ani niya yc man nino ang imong kuan daw location sa imong center of pressure is just yc. So kaning length yc plus kaning gamay nga length. Unsa ning gamay nga length mao ni ang ixc over yca. Mao ni siya. So always yun sa nga ubos sa imo ang centroid. Okay? Ubos sa imo centroid. So, timanan lang ninyo ni siya. Ang crucial naman ani kay kaning IXC, which is naman yung table, no? Kung circle, na siya yung value. Na siya. I will send rin ako na sa group chat. No, ang kaning, naman sa bookwood. Centroid. In the same way, paano ni? Remember, this is y sub r. Napoy, ako na ning reason. Ang partner ani niya, ang location no sa x sub r, the same magyapon ninyong process nga buhaton, you sum the moments with respect to y, kaniya makuha ninyo ay x y c over yca plus x sub c. Complete na. X sub r, y sub r. You will now get the location of the resultant force. Okay, so let's have an example, and so this is our example. The 4-meter diameter circular gate is located in the inclined wall of a large reservoir containing water. Okay, the gate is mounted on a horizontal shaft along its horizontal diameter, and the water depth is 10 meters above the shaft. determine the resultant force and its location, and also the moment that would have to be applied to the shaft to open the gate. Okay, so I'll just erase this one, and by the way, this is the dia illustration. Okay, you have this dam, and then you have a somewhere here you have a circular gate. Okay, so for a circular gate, ang centroid niya is dire. Okay. Ano siya? Okay. And then ang height niya from here is 10 meters, and then the angle is 60 degrees. Okay. Ano to ni? Ay, delete na lang. By the way, as we all know, ang imong resultant force is acting ubos sa imo ang centroid. Somewhere here. Somewhere here. FR. Wala pa ta kabalo kung pila ang length. So, ito pa ng computer, no? Okay, first, determine the resultant force based on the formula nga na-derive na to. This is just equal to gamma H sub C times A. Okay? So, gamma is 9.8 kilonewton per m cube. Ang H sub C nimo is this one, 10 meters, right? Area, unsa area sa imo ang gate nimo? Circle is just pi r squared. Pi, and then ang diameter dito 4, so this is 2 meter ang radius, 2 squared. Okay, therefore the resultant force is just equal to 1.23 meganewtons. Okay, 1.23 meganewtons. So, dali lang, no? Pag determine sa resultant force magnitude, dali lang siya. Next, location. The location is just y sub r is just IXC over YCA plus Y sub C, right? Okay, kani as I've said, nani sa table. Now for a circle, IXC is equal to the formula ni IYC is just pi r to the fourth over 4, and then ang IXY sub C is 0. Okay. So base diha, calculate na to. No, first we will calculate y sub c. Okay, y sub c is just, diba, remember y sub c is kani. By the way, ang axis na to niya is kani mo ni ang y axis, and dere mo ni ang x axis. Okay. Okay. So y sub c is just 10 over sine 60. 10 over sine 60. So that is just 10 divided sine 60. 11.547. 11.55. Okay. 11.55. So, kani pi r to the 4th over 4 times 11.55 area pi r squared. Cancel. Okay. Plus 11.55. Therefore, may muna na yung kuhan. 0.0866 plus 11.55. $11.64. Okay. 11.64 meters. So, kita na to na nga ubos siya sa centroid nimo. And then, ang XR nimo, XR is, ang equation niya is IXYC over YC times A plus X sub C. X sub C. Okay. Base dire, kani nga turn 0. And then, ang X sub C nimo is unsa kalayo ang centroid sa imong x-axis niya. Along man sa x-axis, so 0 gyapon eh. Therefore, x sub r is 0. Okay? Meaning kung sa top view pa na siya, top view, ahaga ang imo ang kuan. Kung mo yung x-axis nimo, kung mo ang x-axis nasa dire, no? Nasa dire gaak somewhere dire. Okay, which is sakto kayo naman, symmetrical man mo ang circle rod. Okay, so by the way, this is for open sa atmosphere. Open man sa atmosphere. So, unsay may tabo kung nani sa sulod sa tangke na close sa atmosphere. Sample. Sample na kay tangke ni, no, and then na kay structure dire. Dire ang imong water level. So na kay pressure dire, sample air na din, no, may pressure sa air. So saan man nimo? Again, i-convert na nimo Pag aning reason na senaryo ra ni siya, senaryo kung nasa sulod sa, kung dili open sa atmosphere ba, convert nimo ni siya into something like this. Kaning pressure sa air, di ba? P is gamma H. I-convert nimo into kanina, dire ni siya. I-convert na nimo into a fluid. Namni, di ba ang pressure H P over gamma. So naani siya ang pressure sa air na ni corresponding height sa kaning kay depende man sa fluid nga gi-divide nimo. So kaning fluid mo i-divide. Kibali mo gi-convert nimo siya into fluid level ba, height. So kani mahimo na ning fluid level na something dili ko balbalod na-convert na siya, no? So kung naa kay kuan dere, umuoni siya, imo na lang ning extend dere. Dire na siya mag-meet instead nga dinhi. So dire na imo ang bagong origin, and then the same goes on na dahil ng calculation. Subtan. So that's it. By the way, pala ito ay sumpay ito na problem, no? Ang pangutana ito is pila man daw ang torque or moment nga i-apply para ma-open ang gate. So kung recall ninyo, ang moment is just force times the distance, no? Force times distance. So na naman kay resultant force, which is 1.23 meganewton. Multiply nimo ni sa unsa ning distance? Kani nga distance? Kay naman diri mo siya, mo man mo tuyok. So ang torque ana niya is multiply kani D. Diba pila gali ni? Ang value ana niya kanang D is just Ix C over YC. A ra man na siya. Diba? And ang value na niya is just 0.0866 meter. Therefore, ang imong moment is multiply na nimo 1.07 times 10 to the 5 Newton meter. So that's it. Nakaka na sa pagkuha. Thank you.